everybody, how's it going? This is Jason the teacher, and something came to mind earlier, and the topic is God again. I know I talk about God a lot. It's only because I believe that I have a third person version of myself outside of the box, just looking at the box and seeing everything and how it works inside and out. That is what God is. But there are also other ways of describing God. And here I wrote down I'm writing down the two different definitions. Bam! Alright. You see what I wrote down? Yes! Yes! God. Alright, and NA, Narcotics Anonymous, if you go there, if you've ever heard of it, people say that God is good, orderly direction. Ooh, what is that? Good, orderly direction. I don't know what that means, but I came up with this one. God equals God on drugs. Whoa, what's that mean? I don't know, but it means something. And this idea, I've had this for months now. I just haven't presented it because I didn't know when a good time would be to present it to the audience would be. But what if you could put good, orderly direction on drugs? Now, someone was writing down something about the tree of knowledge in the Garden of Eden. Now, the actual story is that when God placed Adam and Eve in this garden and told them not to eat from this one plant, what they didn't know is that once they started eating the other plants were actually drugs as well. And they didn't know that they were hallucinating when they were eating these other plants. And let's say that there were shrooms in front of them, and the first thing that they picked up were these mushrooms and started eating them. Now that would explain the story of how Eve was decepted by a talking snake, because hell, if you're on mushrooms, you're gonna be seeing talking animals and talking trees, alright? So it would only make sense that a talking snake would come up to a person while they're tripping balls, trying to convince them to eat from this one tree over here. Now the trick is that because they are tripping on these mushrooms, they don't know what plant God told them not to eat, because they totally forgot about that after they took their first bite of the garden. So what this talking snake did was convince them to eat another plant, okay? And once they ate this other plant and tried that out, they began to trip even harder. And not just trip, but, other effects too. They would have drug effects on their bodies as well. And what happened is that once the talking snake convinced Eve to eat from this tree, then she began to see God. So it would be like a back and forth action sequence of punishment and action and reactions and stuff like that. But we don't really know what happened because we weren't there. But what I believe happened was that Adam and Eve ate everything in the garden except the tree of knowledge, and then because they ran out of food. They had no other choice but to eat from the tree, and then that's when they got in trouble. But they also learned that a lesson that that they could learn how to grow their own plants and hunt their own food down. And that's how the civilization started, I guess. I'm not too clear, but I know about the garden thing. They ate everything in that garden, trust me. In one version of Earth, there is that story. There's many versions of Earth, and Makalesi posted up a video about parallel Earths and stuff like that. I think she took the link down for some reason, but it was only there for a temporary amount of time. She was explaining how you have Earth, and then you got these other Earths, these other parallel Earths that go in all directions. See? That's actually a picture of the Earth falling down. This is the Earth falling down into this hole. That's just a picture of Earth falling down. But everything is falling down technically. It's not just falling down, it's the effect that gravity has on everything. It's sucking everything back into place. But yeah, the universe spins in a spiral. I mean, if you look at it one way, you would be able to tell that you have the sun, and then you got all these other planets. All these planets. You have the sun, you have all these planets. Oh, oops. Sorry. You have the sun, and you have these planets. So you got the sun, right? You got the sun and these two planets. Now the sun itself is falling down. Now everything else is going around the sun. And they're actually falling down too. Now the planets don't just go around in a circle. They're actually falling around, you know, around the sun, and they're all staying in line with the sun as they're going down, and it creates a frequency. Wow, doesn't that look like a frequency bandwidth? Yeah. You think bandwidths can go just by miles? They can go for millions of miles long. What they don't know is that we're skipping, like a skipping record. we're always going all the way out and then all the way back in to the same spot where we just landed at. And the universe is exploding at a high rate. But anyways, God on drugs. God on drugs. God on drugs. Now what we got is tobacco, alcohol, marijuana, and then you have cocaine, meth, MDMA, LSD, and then you have after LSD, mescaline, and then after you got iboga or ibogaine. the iboga plant. Oh, and then you got mushrooms that actually goes in between. Oh, I'll put it at the bottom. Alright, so I wrote down the names of drugs that I would associate God on drugs. And I wrote them by seriousness. Like, I wrote it tobacco, it's the first one. Alcohol is the second. Marijuana the third. And then I put mushrooms should be in between cocaine and marijuana. I put mushrooms there. And then cocaine, methamphetamines, MDMA or ecstasy, or LSD, acid, lysergic acid. And then you got mescaline, which comes from the peyote cactus. And then you got iboga, or ibogaine. That's the last one. Actually, after mescaline should be DMT. That was the one. DMT. And then iboga, or ibogaine. Now I suggest that once you get to the level, all these different levels are each one has a mastery of their own, and once you master each drug, and because each drug holds an allotted number of memories, once you get used to using all these different types of drugs, then you can try to combine them together. Now, the ones that I combined together back in the day was tobacco, marijuana, cocaine, MDMA, and LSD. I did and mushrooms. I think I did mushrooms too in that mix. And it caused a overdose. An overdose of drugs. I did 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. I did 6 different kinds together. And that caused me to not be able to handle that. I think it must have been the friends or the environment that I was in, because they didn't know to calm me down. I was so far outside the box that I wasn't able to find my way back on my own. And eventually, because I didn't get the right programming, I guess, they weren't using their subliminal programming on me enough, that I got a little out of hand and had to go to the hospital. And I came back. I'm just fine. I'm doing just fine. But anyways, Halloween Horror Nights is coming out in October. Well, it's already out now. I suggest you go get your tickets and stuff. But I think I have a plan that I'm gonna be going to do some mushrooms. I might be doing some mushrooms, and we might go on that note. But I really, you have no idea. I don't know if I should do mushrooms or not, because I want marijuana to be legalized. What's wrong with marijuana? There's nothing wrong with it. I seem just fine when I'm on it. I don't steal from people when I'm on it. I don't know. It's just an emotional imbalance or something that's going on around Earth. But we're headed towards a good age. Hopefully past 2012 everything is going to change, and hopefully marijuana will be legalized in 2012. I'm going to vote in November. Go vote. It's very important that you vote. I don't care how big of a druggie you are and how you hate the government, but the only way you can change the government is if you go out there and actually vote. Yes, the voting thing does work. They do it electronically. No, they are not rigged. If they were rigged, they wouldn't even need to do campaigns. Campaigns would probably be free if they did it. They're just creating the illusion that they are in control of who's going to be president next, when really they actually are letting the people vote for their president. The thing is that the reason why they are so confident they know who the next president is going to be is because of their campaign methods. If you look at the campaign methods that they use, you can tell who's going to be the next president of the United States. Okay, you don't need to be a fortune teller to know. The more campaigns that you see, the campaign ads that you see, whoever has the most campaign ads is usually the one who wins. And now, if you want to go out there and research, go ahead and count as many as you can of each person who has the most campaigns, and I guarantee you the one who has the most is the one that's going to win. And I think that, I'm pretty sure that my prediction is that Barack Obama will be the winner. Regardless of my independent state and my parents' position as a Republican, I think that Barack Obama is going to be president. He deserves another chance, just like all the other ones did. I mean, it's been a long time since we've had a president serve only one term. And, you know, he deserves it. I mean, he's helping the government out. He's helping us out, actually. He's getting jobs out there for us and everything. And, you know, he's lowering taxes like he said he would. And he's helping the middle class boost. He's boosting the middle class, even though the lower class needs it more. If you boost up the middle class, the lower class will follow. That's basically what he's trying to say. But anyways, that's my video. I want to talk politics because I'm not into politics really. I believe in fairness and equal power. Alright, anyways, that's what I got. I'm going to post it as God on Drugs, and hopefully you'll like my video. But anyways, I gotta go. I got another video I gotta do on ultrasensory perception. I might post it today, I might post it tomorrow. But anyway, stay tuned, and remember now, don't be mean.